We experience ourselves as continuous, a single identity moving smoothly through time. But neuroscience suggests something quieter. The self is not a fixed entity in the brain. It is not stored. It is not permanent. What we experience as self is constructed, moment by moment. There is no single location where the self exists, no center, no core. Instead, it emerges from distributed neural processes: perception, memory, bodily state, and prediction, temporarily bound together. This binding feels seamless, not because it is stable, but because the brain is efficient at hiding its own interruptions. Neural activity does not unfold as a smooth stream. It is rhythmic, segmented, energy-limited. Perception itself occurs in discrete cycles, tens to hundreds of milliseconds long. Between these cycles, information is integrated, discarded, or rewritten. Continuity is added after the fact. What you experience as an unbroken me is closer to a stitched narrative than a continuous signal. Each moment of awareness is assembled from fragments: sensory input, memory, expectation, and bodily feedback. The brain binds these fragments into a temporary model and labels it self. Then it does it again and again. Memory plays a critical role. The self feels continuous because memory connects moments that were never actually experienced as a whole. We do not experience life as a film. We experience isolated frames. Memory fills the gaps. This is why damage to memory can fracture identity without destroying perception or intelligence. In amnesia, people can speak, reason, and feel, yet remain disconnected from who they were minutes ago. The present self persists. Continuity collapses. This suggests something important. The self is not stored. It is reconstructed. Prediction also sustains the illusion. The brain is a predictive system. It continuously models what will happen next, including what you will be. Your sense of identity depends partly on expectation. I will still be me in the next moment. Because this prediction is rarely violated, the illusion holds. But when prediction fails, under neurological disruption, extreme stress, or altered states, the continuity weakens. People report feeling unreal, detached, or fragmented, not because the self vanished, but because the model could not stabilize. The brain also prioritizes efficiency. Maintaining a detailed, moment-by-moment record of the self would be metabolically expensive. So the brain compresses. It stores summaries, not experiences, outcomes, not processes. This compression smooths over contradictions. You feel like the same person across years, despite changes in beliefs, emotions, and physiology. Sameness is useful. Accuracy is secondary. Neuroscience does not suggest the self is fake. It suggests the self is functional. A working model that enables planning, memory, and social coordination. But it is not continuous in the way it feels. There is no uninterrupted thread, only rapid reconstruction, fast enough that the gaps disappear. Certain neurological conditions expose this clearly. In depersonalization, individuals report observing themselves from a distance, as if the self has lost its anchor. In split-brain patients, parallel streams of awareness can coexist within one body. In disorders of body ownership, parts of the body may no longer feel like mine, while identity remains intact. These cases reveal something subtle. The self is not singular. It is modular. And its unity is negotiated, not guaranteed. Even in healthy brains, the illusion can flicker. During deep focus, sensory deprivation, or extreme stillness, the self becomes quiet. Not absent, but reduced. This suggests the feeling of "I am here" is not a baseline state. It is actively maintained. Silence reveals the machinery. The illusion of a continuous self is not a failure of the brain. It is one of its most effective strategies. Continuity enables responsibility. Identity enables memory. Stability enables action. But understanding the illusion changes how we relate to it. The self is not an object you possess. It is a process you pass through, moment by moment. You are not the same self you were a moment ago. You only feel like you are. And even now, as this ends, perception is quietly assembling a self again.